What's up, people? Perry here with the next episode of WildStyle. Now, you might have noticed that in the first episode I called it something else. I called it Survive in Style. But as it turns out, I don't think that name would work out since my other series is called Surviving Creatively. I don't know, it seems like it would get a little bit mixed up. So in order to kind of separate the two, I decided to call it WildStyle. So I hope you like the name. I like it. But in this episode, we still got to get going on trying to build up resources, and I definitely want to go caving. I kind of left you with a little teaser of that earlier in the last episode. So what I've done thus far since the end of the last episode was open up this area here. Got some food going because I'm gonna get hungry real soon. I think I'm down to two cooked pork chops, and I don't think that's gonna last me very long. Our little progress pillar, that's what I'm gonna call this thing, our progress pillar, looking fantastic. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go off and do a little bit of caving. Of course, we want to get some building done, so I won't show too much of the caving. But I got to get through that before we can start building, because I don't think I can survive on just stone tools forever. And also I want to find some food. So I'm going to go do that. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and so after a little bit of harvesting of some resources, I ended up just getting some charcoal, made some charcoal out of the wood here, made some cooked pork chops, got 7 of them, and a bunch of raw ones, so that'll do us for now. Put a bunch of stuff into this chest here, a bunch of mishmash of whatever's. And so clear some space, and then now we're ready to go caving. And I think the cave that I am looking for is just over here. It shouldn't be too far from our spawn area. Yep, right here. So right here is our little cave system. Looks like it goes off in a bunch of directions, so that should be real promising. You can see down there, oh, there's some iron down there. That's good to know. Good to know. Good start. Good start. And our little pillar is right over there, so it's not too far away. This would be a really good place to start mining some stuff, gathering some resources. So I think it's time to mine. Hey, so here's a little tip for you. Whenever you're caving, oftentimes for me, I end up losing my way a little bit. When caving, it's tough to find your way back sometimes. So here's a little tip that I kind of had to develop as I went along when I was caving, just so I could find my way back to the entrance or back to the exit of wherever I'm coming from. So first of all, it had to be something that was in abundance for me to, collect. The second thing, it should be something that is easily recognizable. And the third thing should be real easy to make. So here's a little marker that I do every time. So the exit to the caves is up there. So I just go up these steps here. And so what I do is I just put down a pillar just like this. And I try to keep it away from everything else, so it looks like it's something that I would make. So just 2 cobblestone like that, and then I take a torch, and then I just mark off the direction I should go. So that's a little tip for you whenever you're caving. I know I get very confused, in fact to the point where I get headaches trying to figure out my way out, but this has helped me greatly. Oh yeah, and the other thing I should probably tell you is that I usually put these at every intersection. So you notice here There's a bunch of different pathways here, so as it branches off, I put one right in the middle here, and yeah, that's what helps me. All right, a little bit of a momentous occasion for me. The first spawner. I haven't lit this place up properly yet, but I thought I would share it with you guys, even though it's mainly going to be about building. But this is the first spawner, first chest. Let's take a look. Some name tags, nice saddle, wheat. Horse armor. Oh, I gotta clear some room in my inventory, but yeah, it's not bad for the first go around. And we're back here in our little spawn area. So the thing that I'm thinking now is that, well, actually, let's take a look at the hall. Well, the mini hall, I guess you could say. I didn't stay that long in the cave. I just wanted to get some basic supplies. So, got some iron here going. Of course, the pork chops are cooking away, and I have this little mishmash chest that I have here, just of some random stuff that I picked up along the way. But I got a bunch of cobble. Dirt, and got all iron tools, so that's a good thing. That's all I need right now. I think later on I'll have to go a little bit deeper into the cave and perhaps find some diamonds and stuff of that nature. Managed to find a little shoddy bow, some arrows, and some coal and other various things, and of course what we got from the that skeleton spawner in the chest there. Got some name tags, iron horse armor, and a saddle, and a bunch of other things. But what I want to do next is we want to get to building, and as soon as the sun rises we'll get going on that. But I'm thinking to start out, we're probably gonna have to have somewhere where we can stay, so some sort of house, because I don't think that this little makeshift cave is gonna do for us. So we want to try and build some sort of house, and I'm thinking somewhere in that direction over there, but I'm gonna wait till morning and I'll see you in just a bit. All right, so it's raining, but it's daytime, so I think it's time we got started on planning a little bit of a house. Now this is just a little bit of a kind of a starter house, just to kind of, have something to call home. But the idea that I want to go for here is, again, I want to try and build with the terrain in mind and also use the resources that are around it. So just in harvesting all these trees around here, I ended up with, a bunch of oak wood, what else? Some birch wood, and of course some dirt and some flowers. So I think the idea will be that I will try and use a lot of these types of wood in the build. Maybe not birch and oak together. I don't know. I'm not too sure on how I want to do that, but the first thing that we want to do is we want to set out a little bit of a plan. So we got a bunch of cobblestone here, and we want something not too big, but at the same time we want to leave space for everything that we want to fit inside it. And again, it's just this little starter house. I think once we move on in this world, we'll be able to build maybe a bigger house somewhere, maybe up on that ridge over there or somewhere else, but kind of keep everything in close proximity. But to get things started, I think what would be a good idea is try to just lay down some blocks. I'm just trying to get a basic idea. I don't want to, you know, go with any crazy shapes or anything like that. I think something just real basic, real basic. But I'm gonna try and figure out some sort of shape that I like, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we got a little bit of a basic setup here. Nothing too special again. I just want to get a little place that we can call home. But the next thing that we want to do, I'll tell you a little bit about this. For foundation, it's always a good idea to set it out in stone, because most foundations are usually made in stone. So it's always good to, again, base things on kind of like real world mechanics and how things work. It's good for adding in detail, and you know, it gives you some ideas at the end of the day. But the next thing that we want to do is add a little bit of detail to these to the foundation area. And one of the keys that I find when you're building small is anything that is not a block shape, such as this cobblestone right here, is your friend. So for instance, we have stairs just like this, so we can kind of add feet to the build right there. And just in terms of continuity, it's always good to just put a little cobblestone down there. Makes it look like it's part of the whole foundation. And you know, just add some cobblestone around the corners here, that and like that. That I'll explain in just a little bit. Actually, I'll just explain it right now. Why not? It's just kind of going with the terrain and how it is. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep it like that, but it's all part of the process. All part of the process. And the idea that I'm going for is to kind of create some sort of stable base, right? So it's always good to have like a little foundation, and then you know, you build something upon it. And I think in terms of working out ideas, we wanna get going on figuring out how tall this is. And wow, is it just me, or is the rain really coming down right now? Yeah, well, it's in the middle of the night, so I guess it's a little bit more. You can see it more, but wow, I didn't know rain could fall down this hard in Minecraft. I guess I'm just a little spoiled when with creative mode. But yeah, I want to figure out a little bit of a height. So I think in terms most times when you're building, you're probably building up something like this. So you know, you got the ground floor here, and then you have another block here to kind of, you know, to fit your head in. And then after that, one more block just to kind of give you some jumping room so it's not so claustrophobic. And I think we might go with something like that. And then after, I want to try and build up some sort of a pitched roof. I think that might be the best idea. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna see where this takes me. All right, next update. As you can see, I've progressed a little further. I haven't gotten to the roof yet, but this area here, I've got these little feet sticking out here, kind of giving us the illusion of a stable base. Gives us the idea that this structure is sitting nice and pretty here. What I want to try and figure out now is kind of this area, this middle area. You can see here, as I step back, I've kind of had these wooden stairs on the flanks, but in the middle, this gives us a little opportunity to add in a little bit of detail, or a kind of a point of interest to look at. So what I mean by that is, if I can do this, we want to try and add something different in here. So let's take a look. We'll get that out of the way. I think if we frame it in like this, something like that, maybe put that in there. Yeah. Again, it's not perfect. You know, you're always looking for ways to improve it, and as we go along, I may come up with different ideas, and we'll incorporate that into it. And if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. I do love reading them, but I'm trying to stay away from putting in any windows. One, because I haven't found any sand yet. I know I have the big warehouse down there, but I'm just kind of staying away from that. Actually, How many of you were screaming at your screen just now, saying, "Perry, it's right here. Sand's right here." Oh man, that's one of my finer moments for sure. But yeah, I kind of want to stay away from the glass, putting in glass, because, well, I don't really like the glass texture in Minecraft. I could just edit the glass texture, but where's the fun in that, right? So I kind of want to stay away from the glass and putting that in here. I kind of have these little slats here, so again, it keeps out the mobs. I hope it works. And these little fence things here, and again, it gives a kind of feel like a good starter feel to it, right? Because you don't have all your resources just yet. It's something that glass is somewhat of a luxury, I would think, at this point in the game. But I think what I want to do next, and I really like how that's turned out. I think I'll keep it, but it all depends on the roof. So once we put on the roof, I think we can get a better idea of how everything's looking. But yeah, that's coming up next. All right, so let's take a look here at what we have. It's not bad. It's not bad. I didn't want to. I was thinking at first, kind of like making a pitched roof all the way up to a point, but you know, after working through some of the details, it wasn't really something that I was liking, especially because this area right here looks kind of squished together. I didn't want to add in like a gigantic roof. I felt that it would kind of overshadow it in a sense, but I kind of like the way it's turned out. Again, it's a work in progress, so things will change as we go along, and as we get better ideas, you know, we'll add them into the build as we go. So yeah, that's not bad for a first house. But what I actually want to do is to go into the little warehouse, well, not the little warehouse, you know what I'm talking about, our little MC Edit house over there, and I just wanted to show you a few things. And here we are in our little warehouse here. Again, I'm calling it the little warehouse, but you know, it's massive. It's pretty big, but again, it's a one-shot deal, and you know, hopefully I won't have to use it that much. In fact, the build that you just saw, that the house that we just made, was made of all the materials that I got from caving. So caving and clearing out those trees there. But again, this is just like a time saver. There's nothing really too special. We got some cobble, dirt, these new blocks here, sandstone, yeah, and then you got some wools and other things of that nature. But there's no tools, there's no diamonds, there's no gold, no iron. Just basic building blocks. That's all that's here. And again, it's just to give me a little bit of a sort of a head start, or you know, a bit of a time saver. So I hope you guys understand. It's pretty big. I can't tell you off the top of my head just how large this is, but I will definitely need some sort of transportation system to get back and forth, because you know, running around like this trying to gather materials probably won't be the best thing to do. It might take me even longer to find all the stuff that I need in this place because it's so massive. But you can see here I kind of have a little design going on. I tried my best to hide a lot of the glowstone. You can see some up there. They're also hidden in the corners of the ceiling. Kind of gives it the shadows is really something that I try to look out for. I think it adds a little bit something extra when you have these little shadows, lightened shadows here. I haven't filled in these just yet, so if you see me fall in one of these, it's just because I haven't filled them in yet. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with them. Probably just add in some fences or something like that. Maybe even glass. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, that's the warehouse. And so here we are back at our house, and I thought to kind of give it a homey feel, I was thinking, you know, put in a little fireplace somewhere where you can warm your feet at night. And there we go. It looks fantastic. So I thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you so choose. Leave your comments down below, because you know what? I would really like to hear from you in terms of what you would like to see me build in this world. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So that's it from me. Always remember, keep your head up, and I'll see you in the next one. Something burning?